Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson. Today I'm going to talk to you about a straightforward and useful concept which is called parallel fourths. And it's a way of playing a melody. And I'm going to start by demonstrating this by playing a famous jazz standard called In a Sentimental Mood. I'm going to actually copy what a particular famous jazz pianist played, basically his rendition of it. And once I'm done, I'm going to stop, go back, and break down what I've done. The pianist is Hank Jones, and I'll leave a link in the description to his full performance. So this was just a sort of a sub-part of his full performance, and I highly recommend that you go and listen, considering he's a really great piano player and you can really get a lot of good ideas out of him. But what I'd like to focus on in this particular tutorial is the way he starts things off. So he starts, In a Sentimental Mood, has this melody. And when it starts off, which I didn't play this part, and when he plays this melody, when he starts off, he actually chooses to play it in fourths. So what he plays is, and then he starts going into the sort of stride piano style. And what he's doing here, he's basically taking the melody and he's extending each note downwards in fourths. So a fourth is an interval, which is equal to 5 semitones. So you go start with an F, and you go 5 semitones down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a C. So these two notes are a fourth apart. And then you go again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, these two notes are a fourth apart, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you get this form, which has a very kind of open and undefined sound, and you can move it around, you can transpose it up to basically fit any note that you want to play. So the next note would be a G, and you can repeat the same construction. The next note is an A. So let me just, I'm going to pause on this so you can look at the screen and see exactly which notes I play. And then again, you can pause the video and copy the notes. Again, you can pause the video. And then he goes into the main melody itself. So I guess this is kind of the main thing I wanted to draw your attention to, that you can create an interesting sound for particular melody lines that you're playing using this voicing in fourths. And you can play pretty much anything using this particular way of playing. So you can even take something as stupid as, and you can play it with these fourth voicings. So this would be the E, the D, and you can challenge yourself to really coming up with melodies and playing them with this particular voicing. And it really has a pretty nice sound to it. Actually, if you go and listen to a lot of music played by people like Chick Corea and Herbie Hancock and so on, maybe McCoy Tyner, they really tend to use this particular way of playing to accentuate certain melody lines. It has this very open modal sound to it. and you can use it, again, as I've said, to play any melody line. So it's a useful tool to have. Just considering there are only 12 notes, there are really only 12 voicings that you have to memorize, and it can be fairly easy if you just pick melodies that you are familiar with and play them using this voicing and fourths. And then you have a tool in your arsenal that can be used to jazz up any particular part. And you don't have to overuse it. You know, if you look at the particular performance by Hank Jones, which I'll, again, link to in the description, he only uses it when he starts off. And then the rest of the song has, you know, different kinds of harmonies. So don't overuse it. It's kind of like a color or flavor. You use it sparingly when you play, let's say, more tonal harmony, and it suddenly kind of jars the listener. You know, it sort of breaks away with the traditional, tonal harmony, and it gives it a more modal sound. So you can use it even in, you know, so-called regular pieces, not necessarily modal jazz. That's pretty much it. By all means, go ahead, experiment, and hopefully add this nifty tool to your pianist toolbox. I hope you learned something interesting, and I'll see you next time.